TSF Entertainment.
Welcome back, Retro CG in the building. DJ Fresh Your Highness, Bel-Air Season 3, Episode 10, Save the Best for Last. All right, so we finally made it to the end of the season, guys. So we're going to go ahead and jump on into this thing, and we're going to go ahead and let you know what our thoughts were on Episode 10. The Banks and family support Hillary during her wedding day in Martha's Vineyard. Will and Carlton work with Drew on Blackccess. All right, Fresh, what'd you think about the episode, bro?
For this to be the finale, I gotta say I kind of wasn't feeling it. Like it was just maybe I don't know. Maybe it was the way. Maybe the way it was written. Along with it was almost like it was just very, very predictable for the finale, except for certain parts once we get near the end. But it was just like we all saw this coming, and it's like the whole wedding and stuff like that. So it was just like I just felt like the finale could have just been a tad bit better. But I can't be mad at it though, because like I said, at the ending. Like the end of it is, I think the end of it is what kind of like rubbed me like, yo, this is the finale. Like, yo, we already know like what's happened. I think it was only one thing we didn't see coming.
Yep. We'll talk about it.
And we'll talk about it. It was only one thing. And I felt like they should have ended the episode with that.
Yep. Agreed. All right, so the Banks are at the house. They're getting ready to pack up and head out to the vineyard, Martha's Vineyard, for their Hillary's wedding. So they're trying to get everything together. They're running around trying to get some last minute stuff. Hillary, come to find out, lost her engagement ring, and instantly I knew exactly where it was when she couldn't find it. So at this point, she like told Will and Carlton, "Shut up, mind your business. I got this." Right. LaMarcus and his family comes over, to try to help get the rest of the favors and the thank you cards and stuff together. A lot of people don't realize how much work goes into preparing yourself for a wedding. It's not just show up and walk down the aisle. Like you got to get your guests coordinated, your bridesmaids, your groomsmen, all that coordinated, getting your favors and your thank you cards and all that. Been there, done that. So I know what they're going through right now. So they're kind of sitting around, and I think somebody noticed that she didn't have the ring on. And this is where she said she sent it out to be clean.
Yeah.
Came up with several different reasons.
He realized she didn't.
She didn't have the ring on. And, they were sitting here just trying to give them advice, two married couples.
Yeah.
One being her parents as well as LaMarcus' parents, just trying to give them advice on, what it's like being married and the challenges that come with being married, And I really appreciate the conversation with her and Aunt Viv later on in the episode. So yeah, she lied about the ring being sent out for cleaning and whatever. And I can't even.
He just telling it all. I was lost because I was trying to figure out where was his mom.
Lost.
I was like, where was his mom? Because she came in this episode. So I was like, where's mom go? And then he just spilling it all. Like, yeah, Phil, remember when you kissed the girl? And I was just like,
yes. Like, why would you bring it up now? Of all that, like, that's opening old wounds.
And you didn't even say it low. You said it loudly.
Yeah. Like on blast in front of everybody, like shut up.
They all looking like, but I found it hilarious when Vivian told him, he was like, "Oh, the bag." She was like, "Yeah, stuff them." Like you.
Yeah, like stuff them. Yeah,
yeah. You throwing out too much. Like
too much.
Whatever that fake island they said was made up. Like, oh, those margaritas were stronger. Yeah, they were. Like, yeah, exactly. Like stuff.
I thought, what else I thought was going to come out? Carrie, I thought that was going to come out too. Like, what happened in Mexico? Stay in Mexico?
Like, if that had came out, then I really would have been like, I would have more so been like, yo, how he know?
Right. Because they weren't there that night. That's probably why it didn't come out.
Yeah, I would have been like, yo, how y'all know?
Back at the country club, did y'all go over there with him too? Back at the country club, Will and Carlton are meeting up with Drew. And Drew already come in, which I already knew that he was going to come in and be extra. And Drew was already coming in, being extra, digging at Carlton, trying to change up the branding of Blackccess, and he wanted to kind of make it, more colorful with different options for
And
the
that
logo.
looked
So it's like,
trash.
yeah,
Like, I mean, it wouldn't have looked as bad if he would have kept the crown.
yeah, if he would have kept the crown, yeah.
But like that right there, like as much as we've spoken badly about Blackccess, like that right there just looked like, yeah, nah, that is like a whitewash. Like you just trying to, oh, let's just get rid of the crown. Like I was like, bruh, like if I'm an investor or I'm gonna buy merch, I'm not buying that. And I'd have been like, that just looked like anybody printed that up. Like that crown is what makes the symbol.
The logo.
It was make the logo.
Yeah. So I just felt like he was just trying to be difficult with them. And, him and Carlton have words, which I already kind of expected Carlton and him to have words to begin with because, they last little interaction with each other. And, Will's trying to be diplomatic. He's trying to be the peacemaker and, trying to, be an adult about it and handle business. All right. So this is where they have the conversation where, Viv kind of expands on the whole kiss situation.
Yep.
And it almost kind of feels like she was telling Hillary that it's okay to keep secrets in a marriage.
I felt that, as well as I felt like I thought that she was going to reveal to Viv the situation with Jazz.
With her and Jazz, yes. I was
That's
looking
what
for
I
that
thought
too.
that was going to happen.
I was looking for that too.
That's what I thought was going to happen.
So, it's a mother and daughter having, those moments that a mother and daughter would have, right before her wedding day or whatever. So, I could appreciate the conversation. Really not too many big takeaways from other than the fact that, she kind of like living in a little bit of regret, like kind of wishing that she didn't know about what happened with Phil and Erica or whatever, and how certain things can affect the marriage. And, sometimes, for the greater good of the marriage, sometimes you got to let things go or you got to let things pass on, or otherwise they're going to eat away at your marriage. Okay. So they've made it out to the vineyards and whatever, everybody's all excited. Will's like, damn, y'all got a house in the vineyards? He's like, oh, yeah.
At first I was trying to figure out, I was like, yo, how Lisa even get out there? Then I was like, I was like, okay, she's part of the wedding. Because I was just like, y'all just letting the boy girlfriend come along with y'all, like what's going on? Like,
you heard what Carlton said? Carlton was like, I was looking forward to bringing a mirror out here. Like, no, you wasn't.
That's right, he sure did. And I'm just like,
no.
I'm just like, y'all parents just allow y'all just to bring y'all girlfriends, just like where they staying at, what room they staying in, like where y'all staying.
Did Carlton ever apologize to Will?
If I remember, I think he did somewhat like later in the episode. I could be wrong.
Okay. Because it just kills me how, everything's back to normal. I get it.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody's excited, about Hillary's big day. And I was just thinking to myself, is Hillary's big day going to really happen? And then Uncle Phil's telling Carlton about how proud he is of him and all that good stuff. Like, we don't care. This right here. If this don't tell you that this boy older than her, because here she's talking about the fact that she, where is it that she said she never saw him before or ran into him at? Was it the country club or?
No, she was saying, okay, so he said that his family cousins
come there a lot, come there to the vineyards a lot.
They had,
she's like, I never ran into you
and how they never ran into each other.
Yep.
My whole thing was like, yo, I get it. This is quote unquote her new love interest. But I'm just like, y'all already write it where just like he just happened to be there the same time as her sister's wedding.
Yeah.
Like, come on, yo. Like, I get it. Like, y'all trying to keep, y'all want to keep the Ashley character moving along. Y'all want to do all this other stuff.
That was kind of stupid.
I'm just like, come on, like that's like a huge coincidence that like all of a sudden now, like, oh, he got family that's at Martha's Vineyard and he just happened to be there during the time of
Hillary's wedding.
Yeah, Hillary's wedding. Like, we didn't even see, like, he could have said, like, if y'all even would have just shot a small scene, that just would have been just like,
or even
Ashley
if she
saying,
would have called him up and said, "Oh, I'm heading to the Vineyards. Oh, I'm already there," or something like that. Yeah,
it would have made more sense.
a text message.
Anything.
You know how they do the little on-screen text
Yeah,
message,
it
something
would
like
have
that.
made.
Anything that could have explained the reason why he was there or
It would
going
have
to.
made more sense than this whole. Oh, I'm just there because the first thing before the first time I saw it, I was just like, I know damn well, especially Phil didn't allow this boy to fly out there with y'all.
Right, or the private jet,
Yeah, on the
or the
Martha's
bank's
Vineyard.
private jet.
Yeah, I was like, ain't no way in the world. And then he was, oh, my family, you know. And then he goes into the, you know, if the song I wrote, you know, rubbed you the wrong way, etc. I like who I like, and all this other. I was just like, man,
Yeah, it was really about you. I bet you think this song is about you. And Ashley was like, okay, well, I kind of like you too. And so we're just going to keep it a secret for now. I was like, oh God, Ashley, please don't let this little boy touch you.
I was just like, yeah, man, it was just crazy.
Jazz getting dressed for the day, whatever. He getting ready to put his shoes on, and come to find out, Hillary ring in there.
This was something else I had an issue with the episode because I'm just like, of all the places that ring could have been, how would it have gotten in his shoe?
Yeah.
Like,
Guess it fell out. I guess it fell off the nightstand into his shoe. Maybe she just snatched the ring off at some point and just threw it across the room or something. I don't know. Yeah, I just don't understand why it would end up in his shoe. It would have been better if he found it in the bed. That would have been more realistic. But
bed, floor, something.
Yeah, bed,
floor.
floor.
His shoe. I'm like, yo, how would it have even gotten in the shoe?
Yeah.
Like, but I'm just like, okay.
So, you know, everybody getting ready for Hillary's wedding, and Will gets a call from Jazz about the ring. And at this point, they tell Jazz that he got to get on the plane ASAP to get out there. They'll pay for his ticket. I'm like, why did y'all think that was a good idea to invite him to bring that? Y'all should have had somebody at the airport waiting on him to get the ring and then send him right on back to his business.
Yep. That's what I thought. That's what I thought they were gonna do.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to figure out. I was like, Hillary, I was like, why are you allowing her to be the spokesperson?
Yes,
you. When Hillary could have got on that phone and said, "Hey, Jazz, I need this ring." Even Will could have been the one that's like, "Yo, look, I'll meet you at the airport.
You know, I'll meet you at the hotel, whatever. Don't come near here."
Yeah, like I know what you and Hillary had, or etc. But like, yo, bro, this is my cousin. We need it for this wedding, etc.
What were they wishing on?
Oh, okay. So this is when they all, which is still just crazy to me. So they go. I guess they go out, go have a bite to eat, and they see a double rainbow. And it's a whole tradition to make a wish or whatnot. And Lisa wishes on that she gets a sign from her mom for her to get back into swimming. And Ashley wishes that she gets her first kiss before high school.
Which she about to get.
And well, we probably will see it in season 4. And all of them shut that down. They just like no boys, etc. Whatever. And I was just like, you know, this is adult situation, but whatever. And Will gets this text from his mom, like, oh, she's here. I was just like, yo, okay, so
they could have saved this for later. We didn't need this now.
I was just lost at how you knew where your mom was. Like, and people in the comments, y'all could let me know if I'm wrong, or y'all could correct me, because I don't know how big Martha's Vineyard is. I've never been. I've just heard the stories, but just for her to send a text and say, oh, my mom is here, I'm gonna go find her, and you found her that quick. Like, I would think that, like, oh, she got off the plane, her and Gerald went straight to the house or wherever. Like,
unless he texted her back and told her where they were, because it looks like they were approaching them, you know, wherever they were. That's left to interpretation. But I have a whole problem with the whole Gerald thing. Like, I don't think that this was the time or place to introduce this storyline. for her. I would have rather they did that when she came out to visit and he came with her. I would have rather them did that. To me, this was just wasted time. But anyway, Will meets his mom's new boyfriend, and obviously he's not happy about it. No way, shape, form, or fashion.
Nope.
She was getting ready to tell him Hillary is having her last conversation with LaMarcus as a single woman. She get ready to go upstairs. They saying goodbye, whatever, and she's still making all these excuses about the ring and whatever. And at this moment, she was getting ready to tell him about Jazz. Why did she feel like she needed to tell him right there in the foyer, instead of taking him upstairs and say, hey, we need to sit down and have a serious conversation? Like, if she was going to do that the night before her wedding, that wasn't the place to do it at.
I honestly, and it's crazy, I agree with Ivory. I mean, I'm sorry, Ivy. She should have took that to the grave. Like, just let it be. Like, if you wasn't going to...
Yeah, because it ain't like you slept with the dude, right?
Yeah, it was just like you didn't sleep with him. It is what it is. It's just like, you know what? I married you. I'm just going to take it. But the fact that you even tried to attempt to tell him the night before the wedding, and then you switch up and just like, oh, yeah, it's... if you want to sign a prenup... Yeah, it was just like, it was at that point, it was pointless. Like, you should have just kept that in Pandora's box, threw it in Martha Vineyard's ocean, and just kept it moving. Like, it was no point. Like, I get it, you wanted to clear it out, and I guess maybe you were scared that Ashley was going to tell him, but it was just like,
or that Jazz would. You got to understand, that's a weapon. That's a weapon. So, secrets can haunt away at you.
Yeah,
I agree. Not that I'm one for withholding the truth to loved ones or anyone for that matter. However, I do agree. I think it's something that she should have kept to herself, or maybe revealed at a later time. But the timing just wasn't right about that. But I guess she was consumed with guilt, and she felt like it wasn't the right thing to marry him without telling him.
Yeah,
the timing wasn't the place. So they taking all the pictures and everything. They're having a good time or whatever. And when Jeffrey started jumping in everybody's picture, he had something sentimental to say to all of them. I knew
right. I told y'all. I said that
way of saying goodbye.
I said he gonna pay his goodbyes. He gone.
Yep. That was his way of saying
Nobody peeped it. None of them peeped it. But I said, yeah, Jeffrey gone. I said he about to go back to England with his family.
Yep. So all the groomsmen are taking pictures, and then here come Will being disrespectful again. Now, I don't like when Will be acting up now. Will, I have a problem with you when you do this,
bro.
Like, that's a grown ass man.
Exactly.
That's a grown ass man.
I can say Gerald.
That's your mama a grown ass woman. So
Gerald is I get it. Like, you trying to be,
protective.
You protective of your mother. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm Gerald, bro. We would have had a totally different conversation.
Yeah, I had to tell you about yourself, Will.
Like, ASAP. I would have been like, yo, look, I get it. That's your mama. I'm not trying to come between y'all. Like, even because Gerald was even trying to be like nice about it. He tried to like
overlook
Will. Yeah. Will just shut it down. Like, yo, look, we ain't gonna talk about that. You keep her happy. And we good. And I'm like, yo, Will, but like, bro, you still a teenager.
Push him up off my face. I've been like, boy, you don't get out of my face.
Like, you think you gonna beat me up? Yeah. Like, for real? Like, yo, I literally, me and with him would have had to have some words right then and there. And I would have been like,
one thing understood.
Let's get one thing understood. Like, bro,
let's get one thing understood. Yep.
Like, I'm a grown ass man. Of course, I get where you coming from. That's your mother. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a grown man. I'm not about to back down from you or whatever. If you got any situations or any feelings, me and you, we could sit down later on after the wedding, etc. or whatever. We could talk it out, or you could talk to your mom. But like, whatever it is, like, but again, right now you pressing up on me like this, like, nah. Like, nah. You ain't about to press me, cause like, yeah. So yeah, I ain't like that.
Carlton kind of picked the vibe, but it didn't. It still went over his head. But Carlton kind of picked the vibe, like, why is Jeffrey being so sentimental? Because Jeffrey even made a little comment like weddings make people so sentimental or whatever. So he was saying goodbye. Of course, they have their moment where they give them something old, something new, something borrowed, whatever. And I'm looking at these dresses, and I'm like, wait a minute now. You had a problem with Ashley's little swimsuit, but that little dress right there, pull that dress down a little bit. The ladies look lovely in their dresses or whatever. I'm like, Ashley, that's a little too revealing for you.
Ari gives Hillary the diamond
earrings,
and
yep.
I'm just like, okay. And Aunt Vi gives Hillary, the handkerchief from the wedding, which was, I get it, that was hands down, but I was just like, the earring thing, I thought that was going to be something where it was just going to be like, that was going to be relevant because how much emphasis she put on it.
Yeah.
And of course, Lisa and Ashley, they just give her a broom to jump over. I was just like, okay, well, whatever. Like, it is what it is, but whatnot. This ain't right here. I get it, but it could have been deleted.
Yes. We always got to make a connection to further someone else's story. Like,
and a cameo of somebody.
We always get a cameo. That's what I meant to say. We always get a cameo to further someone else's story. Like, we didn't need this right now. Could have got this later or earlier.
Yeah, like, I get it. It's like Lisa's having matter of fact, now that you say that, we could have got this in season 4.
Yep.
Like, maybe like the first episode. Like, I get it. Lisa's having these troubles about
this
swimming.
is her mother's answer, her wish. That was her wish. That was the answer to her wish.
Okay. I get it.
That's the way I took it.
But I'm just like, why would he be there for a wedding?
Yeah. Yeah. Who is he there for? Is he there for LaMarcus? Why would he be there for a wedding? Yeah. Jazz, Will, you should have took control of this situation right here. But like, yo, Jazz, you my boy and everything, but that's my cousin / sister. Like, we don't need no trouble here today. Just give me the ring and I'll let her know that you brought it.
As soon as he got it right then and there.
Yeah. I would have sent Jazz on his way. Like, Jazz, this ain't gonna go well.
No.
If they find you here. So you got to get Ghost real quick before this creates a problem. Exactly. Will, you should have took control of the situation.
Immediately.
And
I don't know why he didn't.
So Jazz is like, oh, I came all this way. At least let me be the one to give it to her. I was like, oh God, they're getting ready to get caught. And of course, he goes up there and he was like almost trying to get her not to marry him.
Yeah.
And here's the part.
Go ahead, bro.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. Because it's the exact same way I felt. Your audio is gone. Check your audio, bro, because you going off and I can't even hear you.
For real?
No,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Hey, your hand gestures, it was funny as fuck because I couldn't hear what you were saying.
So I was lost because I'm like, I get it, Jazz, you did whatever, y'all had y'all little talk. I didn't understand why Hillary had to come downstairs with him.
Yeah, she could have just let him go on downstairs by himself.
You about to get married.
Or he could have stayed behind until after, and then left, snuck out.
Like, he could have, like, even if he had, like, let's just say, even if he came down and he was talking to Will and LaMarcus showed up, Will could have spun that joint real quick and it was just like, hey, he here for Hillary, or he just a friend of the family. He just come to give y'all respect, blessings, etc. Whatever. It could have left it alone, but the fact that he saw y'all together, he like, yo, what the hell's going on? And then all the time
always around. Yeah, he always around. Yeah, what's up with y'all?
I didn't understand why she told him then and there. It could have just.
She tells him about the kiss. She could have spun it a different way. Like, you know what? Jazz needed to see me one more time for closure. We left things in a bad place. And he just really wanted to wish me well and that he was happy for me. She should have left it at that.
I wouldn't even said that. She could have spun it and said, hey, I literally forgot. As she said, my engagement ring was being cleaned. I forgot to get it back from the jewelers.
And he
bought it out for me to the jewelers. You telling this man right before y'all get married, knowing he got a heart problem, and you drop that bomb on him.
Yes, I was worried about that too. I was like, she about to get this man a heart attack on his wedding day.
That's the first thing I thought about. I was like, as soon as he said that, I was like, bruh, this ain't right here.
So LaMarcus tells her to beat it, and that I'm out. And he runs off down the street or whatever. And he goes to have a moment. Will and Ashley being the ones to go and talk to him, like I felt like Jazz should have been the one to go talk to him and let him know that, listen, I kissed her. Yeah, me and Hillary had a thing while y'all were on where y'all weren't together or whatever. But I've moved on. She's clearly moved on. She loves you, bro. She chose you, bro. Like the way they had Will and Ashley go and do it, it was just dumb.
I mean, it was dumb, but it was funny. Especially the way Will sat down. He's just like, "Hey," you know what I'm saying? And then he says how his team Jazz. The funniest part to me where it was just like, actually talking about, I even wrote a song about it. And Will talking about like, yeah, it was kind of dope. Like, bro, like, like for real, like y'all saying this, and this is supposed to make this man feel better,
right?
to marry Hillary.
Yeah.
But the only problem that I couldn't figure out, I was like, okay, y'all found him. But at what point did y'all tell? Because Ivy said, when y'all find him, let us know. When did y'all let Ivy know? Because right after that, you say, well, you need to talk to Hillary, and Hillary pops up.
She walks up. Yep.
And then in that, who's walking the streets? I get it, you're wetting.
Yeah. Yeah, she looked. She was in her undergarments.
But you want me to believe that she's gonna keep that on and walk around the streets of Martha's Vineyard with some sweats and this, like, nah, come on, bro.
Her slip.
Slip. Like, yeah. Like, yeah.
Will and Liz look kind of good walking down that aisle. Hillary basically tells LaMarcus in this scene right here that, she's sorry, that it meant nothing. It was just a little stupid kiss or whatever. It was closure, blah, blah, blah. The reason why she spent the night with Jazz, they didn't do anything. And, you've loved me since the second grade. You've always been there for me. You've always been good to me. I love you. I want to marry you. Please meet me at the altar. And he didn't really give her an answer, yes or no. So she goes back in hopes that he will show up at the altar. So at this point, they go ahead and go forward with the wedding as if, and there's no groom at the end of the altar. So everybody trying to figure out what's going on. Everybody walking down the aisle like, where is LaMarcus?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, don't worry about it. Just keep walking, keep smiling, whatever. Hillary gets her dress on, and she's talking to her dad. And he was like, you know what? It's going to be okay. Marriages, let's get you married. We're going to get you out here. Like everybody
was spoke about the whole thing when they had their little girls dinner or whatnot.
Oh yeah, the girls dinner. Yep.
About the kiss. I didn't like how Hillary just said, "Let's do the wedding," because if he didn't show up at the end of the day, it was gonna look bad on him.
Yep.
So it was just like, why did you say, "Let's just start the wedding"? So I guess in a sense, you was just banking on just like, hey, well, I'm there, he's not there, so.
But you know what my twist was for that? If he didn't show up, that Jazz was going to step up and said, "I'll marry you." That's what I was looking to happen. That's
if that happened,
I was like, "Yo." So they were, and at the end, LaMarcus walks up. I was like, "Okay, LaMarcus, you did right. You did right. Go and get your bride." And they have the wedding. It's a nice little wedding, nice little ceremony. They give they exchange their vows and everything. And Jazz is off in the cut. That's what he should have did. He should have waited while everybody was occupied with the wedding and slipped on out like he just did this while ago. So that was his way of saying goodbye to Hillary for now.
Yep.
This right here. These two dummies decide that I like boys, you like girls. Hey, we like each other, so we don't care about whatever anybody else says. We're just going to be together. And she was like, you know what? You're right. I'm going to tell my parents that we're going to be together. And I'm like, that's not going to go well.
That's not going to go well. I was just trying to figure out how he even got that drink.
That's why I feel like he older than her. I keep telling you, I feel like that boy older than her. Because, and then she drunk a little bit of, she snuck and drunk a little bit of it.
She took it.
Like, he's just like, champagne.
But even still, I could tell he's underage.
That boy better not be 21.
Nah, he ain't 21. He's definitely underage.
That boy better not be 21.
I just know it's been countless weddings.
That's gonna take that storyline to a whole nother level if he is older than her.
That definitely would.
I'm praying that he just snuck a glass of champagne or whatever. I'm thinking the boy could, if she 13 or 14 He might be like 15, 16, something like that, maybe.
Yeah. I'm just trying
still
to
think
figure
he's
out
older than her.
because, like I said, I've been to countless weddings. I've DJ'd weddings. Bro, you are not going to be able to just randomly just get a glass of champagne without nobody noticing.
Yeah.
So just that whole whatchamacallit. This right here, even this was something else because it was just like, okay, y'all are dancing and you tell him to go talk to his mom. I felt like that should have been something that should have been done maybe after the reception. Like it could have been something where it was after the reception and they just walking in around the town, maybe a Martha's Vineyard, etc. And they have that conversation, about what Gerald told her that she out in the streets, not quote unquote like she's out there.
Yeah, I ain't like the way he said that. I ain't like the way he said it because he make it sound like she was out there hoeing. He made it sound like she was out there hoeing. Like,
I ain't like that.
She out here in the streets. Like, what do you mean she out here in the streets? Now that he should have got a punch in the mouth over.
But yeah, it was just like they could have had that conversation afterwards. But like I said again, as soon as I saw this, I said, "Yep, Jeffrey gone."
Jeffrey saying goodbye. He looking at his family one more time, and then he eased on out. And they get back home, and everybody realized that Jeffrey's MIA. And what are they excited about here? Blackccess.
This is where Blackccess and Carlton gets the Princeton.
Oh yeah, Miss Basson sent him the message about him getting another opportunity to interview for Princeton. I don't care.
Yeah.
They meet with Drew punk ass, and Will pretty much tells Carlton, like, listen, you gotta take one for the team or whatever. Like, you can't be out here arguing with him, jumping hot boy on him or whatever. Like, he's our investor now, right, wrong, or indifferent, whether you like him or not. We got to work with him until we don't have to work with him. And I'm like, okay, I feel you on that, Will. Let's see what we can get. Let's run these pockets. Let's make this money. And y'all find a way to get rid of him if y'all have to end up getting rid of him. Like, Uncle Phil won't find a way to get rid of him if y'all really wanted to get rid of him. So, like, for now, let's bury the hatchet. Let's get this money and let's make Blackccess a success. So they agreed to disagree and to resolve issues without insults and we agree to be professional. I felt like that was a very mature moment, but I feel like Drew gonna go back to his ways.
Yeah, at some point,
Drew gonna go right back to his slithering ways.
Yeah,
Amir is getting ready to be sent away to Boston for rehab. They all go over to her house to help her, say goodbye to her or whatever. And I feel like Carlton at some point is going to go out there to try to see if he can see her or whatever. Carlton's not wanting to let go, but she kind of was like saying goodbye.
Yeah,
I felt like she was trying to say goodbye, but Carlton ain't gonna let her go. And this is the sober they've had her looking. They did good with this scene right here because they actually had her looking, and her and Will.
I hated this scene right here.
I did
just like, really?
It was fake and phony. I felt like
it was like, really? Come on.
I felt it was phony. They all
of a sudden we're best friends.
Yeah.
Already best friends. You get good, come back for the bro. I ain't about to hug you. Like, nah, get away from me because you've been in trouble from the start.
You've been in trouble from day one. And she says her heart feel goodbye to Carlton, and her mama like, Mira, come on. We gotta catch this plane. Ain't got time for you and this little boy. Bring your ass. This was dope right here. I like this.
This was dope.
This was really dope.
This was really dope.
So Uncle Phil makes a press conference at the park. They make a big announcement that they have brought on new investors for the Camel Project, and they are redoing the whole development. And now it's going to be Black-owned businesses with other Black-owned investors. Him being one of the investors. So now they're building hotels, malls, and everything. And it's the Black Billionaires Club, I call it. I was like, yo, that's dope. I really like that.
Yeah, that was super dope.
That's dope.
That was actually dope. So,
that's dope.
This is also, like I said, I didn't see.
It's a little foreshadowing, though. This is a little foreshadowing. I see problems.
But. Yeah, I do too. Now I didn't see. I don't know why I always forget his name. The guy right here.
Omar.
I didn't see Omar being into the situation. Now, so that caught me off guard.
That caught me off guard too, because originally I thought it was them taking over his project.
Yep.
Without him.
I thought it was.
Yeah.
So when I saw him, I said, "Oh, okay. I guess we must have missed that. He must have spoke back to Omar again and got him back on board or something like that."
Yeah. And I feel like the same problems he had with him when he had his other investors, he was eventually going to have the same problem with him again.
Yeah.
I feel like Omar is going with the get down right now because of the fact that he got a new cash flow. But I feel like there are going to be problems behind this.
Yeah. We already know it's going to be cat.
Some about it, I don't care. Happily ever after my ass. Something about Yolanda tells me that she's going to be a problem, especially given what happens. And she think that her and Jazz finna be together. That ain't finna happen.
Yeah, nah.
So Will and the family and all is excited, like, oh, Uncle Phil, that's dope, y'all. Y'all finna be owning a mall and hotel and whatever. And I'm like, okay, everybody trying to figure out where Jeffrey at.
That scene right there, though, I thought Lou was gonna pop up.
I thought Lou was there too.
And
I thought Lou was, yeah.
And I thought even though while they're still doing Blackccess, this was gonna make Will go back into playing basketball too.
Yeah.
Like I thought he was gonna pop up.
That.
But yeah, like you said, that's where they realized, like, oh, Jeffrey's not here. Oh yeah, he should have been here. And Phil goes home and sees that letter.
That letter. And I feel like he leave a letter for Aunt Viv as well?
No.
Or he sent the fellas a text or something?
Nah, that's it. He only left it for he only left it for Phil.
Okay,
like, he left the letter for them.
And so I don't feel like they're going back to London though. I feel like they're going to like Trinidad or something. I feel like
now they got to, because he got to go back and handle Roman and all that other stuff. Because remember, they said he got to come back. And
no, I don't think so. Because remember, he said that we can run away, the three of us, and start all over again. So I feel like they are going off together, but I don't think they're going back to London. And I'm gonna tell you why I don't feel like they're going back to London. So Carlton is sitting around still reminiscing on
Amira
leaving, and I guess he's getting ready to write a dissertation for school or for his Princeton thing, because it's got something to do with him getting ready to go back to, unless he decides he wants to write a book or something. I don't know what the hell Carlton is doing.
Yeah,
but
I
anyway, don't hide your scars, and Amira is his biggest scar.
Yeah,
this was unexpected, and they're pregnant.
It definitely was. This was unexpected. And
so we get baby Nikki now. We get baby Nikki.
The first time I saw it, because I watched this episode over again, just in case I was like, because the ending, I felt like I missed something. So the first time I saw it, I said, "Man, don't tell me, dude from the islands that got her pregnant." But then I remember, like, they didn't do anything. So I was like, "Oh, so this is baby Nikki."
Yep, baby Nikki.
I was like, this is just like Fresh Prince. I was like, okay, so this is baby Nikki in a sense.
Yep, this is how he get introduced to the story.
This is how he get introduced. Yep.
Did we need him?
I mean, we don't, but I guess if they're trying to follow like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air blueprint, then yeah. Because there were some other Easter eggs at the end of this episode that kind of followed like the Fresh Prince episodes.
Man,
I didn't see this coming.
I didn't expect this. I said it though.
But I should have, because we heard his middle name at the wedding. His middle name is Trevor.
Yep.
And I should have, but I paid no attention.
Easter egg, yeah. Hillary losing Trevor. Remember, I had already said there wasn't going to be no wedding because I thought he was going to die before the wedding.
Yep.
I thought he was going to die before the wedding. I didn't see this happening on the honeymoon. I felt like this was going to happen later on in season 4.
Yeah.
I didn't expect this to happen on a honeymoon. So that's going to take Hillary through right there. That
I definitely did not see that at all. And I kind of feel like
he got to marry the love of his life before he passed. But it was going back to what we said. It was going back to what we were saying early on in the earlier episode about his father pushing him like, your son ain't out of the danger zone yet.
Yeah.
That was kind of sad though. I ain't gonna even lie, yo. The man died.
It caught me off guard. But I felt like this is how the episode should have ended.
Yeah. They should have swapped these scenes. They should have swapped these scenes and let this end the season out.
Because it's just like we we're assuming that he's gone, but we actually don't know if he's gone. But I mean, I kind of got a feeling that he is, because, like I said, if they're following the Fresh Prince blueprint, then yeah, he's gone. But I definitely did not see this coming. Like in this episode, like as soon as she came back and she was like, "Oh, you sleep?" I said, "Nah, bro." So I was like, "Come on, for real." And then she shook him, and I was like, "Yep." I was like, "It's a wrap." And then when I watched it the second time, I said, and I realized his name was Trevor. I said, "Yo, I didn't even."
He had a
put
heart
two and
attack.
two together. I said, "Okay." I said, "Yep." I said, "Yep." He gone.
Yep. Damn, that was sad.
Yeah, that was gone. So even this right here, this was another Easter egg from the Fresh Prince episode where he walks into Jeffrey's crib, and I was trying to figure out why he went to Jeffrey's crib, but then I remembered because Jeffrey didn't show up for the
They were looking for him. Yeah, he
So
was
they was
concerned
looking
about
for him.
her. Yeah,
and I was trying to figure out. I was like, well, how y'all know where Jeffrey lived? But I was like, etc. or whatever. But when he was standing here, this reminds me of the final episode of Fresh Prince
yep,
when he's standing in the crib and there's nothing around.
yep.
So I was like,
It's almost shot exactly the same too.
the exact same.
Yep.
So I was just like, oh, bet. I was like, dang. I was like, okay, I see y'all giving homage to, Fresh Prince, etc. whatever. This,
I don't understand this.
so, well, for one, I felt like this was another Easter egg. If from the Fresh Prince, I can't remember what season it is. I think matter of fact, yeah, it was the one Fresh Prince of Bel-Air where Will goes back to Philly, and he tells Uncle Phil, like, I'm not coming back, and that's how the season ends. And then the next season, which I think is the last season, they show NBC coming back and kidnapping him and taking him back to Bel-Air.
Yep.
But I still didn't understand, of all people, why they grabbed Will. So the only thing I could think of is, and then also, if you watch this scene, they throw him in the back, but those two dudes get in the front. So was there somebody in the back where he couldn't get out?
I don't know.
So I'm guessing this is only just a setup for Jeffrey to come back.
Yep.
To the States or
do
whatever to save Will.
Yep. How he's going to find out, I don't know, but we'll see.
Yeah, I just felt like you said, it should have been reversed. It should have ended with Lamar.
They should have switched these scenes. That scene of Will getting kidnapped should have came before Lamarcus having his stroke.
For sure.
Okay. All right, y'all. And that is the end of the season 3 of Bel-Air. It was an overall pretty good season. I think we would have enjoyed it more if it would have released week by week. I think we would have really enjoyed it more. It was really done well. It's kind of disappointing that they binged it where they dropped all of them at one time. I really would have liked to enjoy watching this week by week, but they had to make room to get out of the way for Power. So
yeah, I think between that and football, I think they didn't plan it out.
Yeah, they didn't plan it out well.
So hopefully
they waited too long to release it. They waited too long to release the season.
Yeah.
They should have went ahead and released it earlier on.
Yeah, waited so
they
late.
wanted it to be for the summer. They wanted it out during the summer, probably.
Yeah, so hopefully next season, hopefully it won't be sped up next season, and like you said, it'll be more enjoyable week by week. Because I think before they give us the first 2 episodes, and then they do week by week or whatever. So
I can live with that. I can live with that. Give us 2 episodes. I kind of like that format a little bit. Where shows been gone for a while and they come back and they want to give the audience something for making you wait. Give you the first 2 episodes. Okay, just like they did with X-Men. They did that with X-Men 97. They gave us the first 2 episodes and then week after week.
Yep.
All right, guys. So y'all make sure y'all drop y'all thoughts and comments in the section. We'd love to continue these conversations. What are y'all predictions for season 4? What do y'all think is going to happen to Will? Will Jeffrey come back and save him? Is Trevor gone? Is Lamarcus gone? Is this setting us up for Jazz and Hillary reunion? So we'll see. Fresh, got any last comments?
Nah, I'm kind of mad now that we got to wait a whole year before we even get season 4 and just figure out what's going on. That's the only thing I hate about it is now we got to wait a whole year before we even get back, because I'm sure they haven't even started filming yet. Like they're
Yeah,
just
they
closing out.
take forever to go to production too.
Yeah, so
Forever. It seems like it take them 6 months after the season end for them to start filming. Most shows they're filming while the current season is
yep.
airing. But it seems like they wait till after the fact to start filming. So
Yeah, so who
NBC,
knows?
y'all got them big pockets, y'all. Y'all go ahead and get this thing back on.
Yeah, so who knows? That's the only thing. We gotta wait all the way till the next July, August, or whenever it's gonna drop for us to even get the whatchamacallits for this.
And they
For
don't
this
do such a
season.
good job promoting this show. I mean, I know this on Peacock, which is y'all streaming platform. I get that. But it seems like they do no promotion, no advertising, no teasers, no nothing for this show. They did the same thing with Best Man. That was irritating because Best Man was good too, but they just like throw the show out there and let the fans find it on their own.
Yeah.
There's just no promo for these.
Yeah, because I was even seeing comments that they would say, I didn't even know it was back on.
Yeah. A lot of people didn't know it was back on. There's
It's
just
like I don't even run. You would think they would run it on NBC. They would run
concurrent, because that's how they do with their the Bravo shows. The shows that come on Bravo, they show them in real time on Bravo, and then they stream them over there on Peacock. So I would have thought that this, being Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, was on NBC, that it would air on NBC and then stream on Peacock. But I don't
even
understand.
if they didn't air it. Yeah, I could run a commercial.
On NBC. Yeah,
on NBC with this.
Tune in for Bel-Air. Yeah, just something simple.
But y'all sure enough got all them joints for the NFL. So.
Yep. And y'all sure don't mind promoting them housewives.
For sure.
All right, y'all. We will see y'all the next season of Bel-Air. If you are a fan of Power, come on back and check us out on Sundays at 6 p.m. while we do our live recap and review on Power, the last season of Book 2 Ghost. Check us out over there, and we will catch you guys in the comments.